Hello, everybody, and welcome to Milledgeville, Georgia, the site of the final day of the regular season in 2025 for your 14th ranked North Georgia Nighthawks as they are on the road to take on the Bobcats of Georgia College and State University. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Nighthawk Sports Network on the road. I am Brendan Shabath. Glad you could be with us today as the final day of the regular season will decide the winner of the 2025 PBC regular season championship. It's down to two teams, your Nighthawks and the Bearcats of Lander. UNG losing game 2 of the series yesterday here at John Kurtz Field, 9-1 to the Bobcats, while Lander in Americus won the second game against the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes 6-4. Means the two teams atop the PBC ahead of the final day are both 22-4 in conference play. It's Lander and North Georgia. UNG holds the tiebreaker over the Bearcats with 2 wins in the 3-game series back in Dahlonega in late March. So that means today for North Georgia, and they will claim at least a share of the 2025 BBC Championship, looking for their first regular season conference title since 2019. A North Georgia win and a Lander loss means UNG claims the outright title if the Bearcats win, while the Nighthawks do as well. They will share the title. If both teams lose, they will also share the title as well. The only version in which Lander becomes the outright champion all alone is if the Bearcats win and the Nighthawks lose here today. And UNG is hoping Dylan Noche and the rest of the starting 9 can avoid that result and have a better offensive day than they did yesterday. Just 1 run, 9 hits. It's just the second time of the season North Georgia was held to 1 run in a game this year. They have not been shut out all year. The only other time they were limited to 1 run was way back in early March in their first matchup of the season against the nationally ranked Young Harris team in an 8-1 loss. So the starting lineup for the Nighthawks today, pretty standard as it has been all season. Andrew Zopata leads things off out in center field. Jace Bowen, the lefty, will play shortstop and bat second. Philip Ard still looking for his first hit in the series. He's 0 for 5. Does have a run and an RBI and a pair of bases loaded walks in the first game of the series. He'll bat third and play first base. Nick Stinson is your designated hitter today as usual. An unbelievable day for Stinson yesterday. 4 for 5 with 4 2-out base hits. He's 7 for 11 in total this series. Kyle Robish is out in left field. Jorge Arisboro has a pair of home runs in the series, one in game 1, another in game 2, both solo shots. He's batting 6th and in right field today. Brady Skipper is at second base batting 7th, while Riley Frost has the hot corner defensively and will bat 8th. And Bryson Stripling has the duties behind the dish as he will catch the pitches today of the senior right-hander out of Decula, Dylan Noche, on the bump for the Nighthawks. On the other side for Georgia College, Gabe Worth leads things off in the left-handed batter's box. He'll play second defensively. The shortstop, Ben Hamaker, along with the first baseman, Braden Smith, will bat second and third. Both Hamaker and Smith with 5 hits each in this series. Evan Cowan will clean things up in center field. Matthew Mebane is at third and will bat 5th. Carson Phillips, the left fielder, bats 6th. Mitch Cowan, the designated hitter, is 7th. And Hank Noonan and Rand Besterman, the right fielder and catcher, round out the 9. We'll step aside for National Anthem here in Milledgeville. Back in a moment at John Kurtz Field on the Nighthawk Sports Network on the road.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
Welcome back to Milledgeville, getting ready for first pitch between the Bobcats and the Nighthawks here in the final day of the PBC regular season. It'll be Mason Brown, a senior out of Lilburn, Georgia, and a left-handed pitcher starting today for North Georgia, or for Georgia College against your North Georgia Nighthawks, and that might be good news for North Georgia. Again, as we've talked about a number of times this year, these two teams usually play a non-conference series early in the year in February, and that was the case this season again as well. The Nighthawks swept Georgia College in that one, so GCSU's win yesterday, their first in 5 tries this season against the Nighthawks. In the third game of that February series, Mason Brown started for the Bobcats, and North Georgia rocked him in just 2 innings. He allowed 7 hits, 5 earned runs, only recorded while walking a batter, so that's going to be good news for North Georgia today after yesterday when they really struggled to get things going offensively. They'll have an opportunity against a pitcher that they've already had success with. Andrews Opata was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs in that game back in February against Mason Brown. Jace Bowen had a pair of hits along with Phillip Ard, and the Nighthawks really need Phillip Ard to get going today in this one. 0 for 5 in the series thus far. Yesterday, reached twice as he was hit by a pitch, but in the other 3 plate appearances, struck out twice, did Phil. So it'll be Opata to lead things off. The first pitch from the lefty Brown in right at 101, and Opata singles up. And the Nighthawks have the leadoff base runner, Drews, the complete opposite of yesterday. He went 0 for 4, did reach on an error in the 9th. It was the only time he reached. Had 4 contact outs, a couple deep fly outs, but today, 1 pitch and a base hit for Drews, and we are off and running on the final day of the PBC regular season here in Milledgeville. So now it's Jace Bowen to bat, and a first pitch ball, and you can hear the Nighthawk faithful and the dugout excited for today. The 1-0 two-seam fastball from the lefty against the lefty Bowen in for a strike. So it's 1-1 from Brown. Georgia College today in their almost cream vanilla colored uniforms, top and bottom. It's thin green numbers with a very thin blue outline. As the 1-1 misses outside with a slider, 2 balls and a strike. A green hat, with the Bobcat logo on the front 2 panels. Nighthawks in their gray pinstripe pants with the blue tops with the white NG and white numbers. The 2-1, Bowen shows bunt, kind of swung with the bunt as well, but missed. 2-2, very interesting. I've never seen that before. Opata off of first base. 31 stolen bases for him this season. They got him on a pickoff, but Opata down to second. He beats it. A stolen base for Drews after he was picked off. Georgia College guessed correctly. They knew Opata was going on the pitch, but he's so fast that he got down to second anyways after the pickoff throw went to first and then down to second base where Hammaker, the shortstop, was covering, but the tag was not in time. So still 2-2 on Bowen with the runner now in scoring position. Bowen takes a ball outside. Fastball just off the plate. Good eye from Jace on a close call. Brown works the third base side of the rubber. Comes set with the glove at the belt. Now fires the 3-2 up the middle and through to center field for a base hit. Opata gets the wave around third. Cowan up with the throw. It is not in time. Nighthawks are on the board first. Peach Belt Championship in their sights and 2 batters in. UNG's got a 1-run lead. Chase Bowen with the RBI single up the middle and the great at-bat. He advances to second on the throw home, so he stays in scoring position now for Ard. Ard deep in the right-handed batter's box towards home plate. Looks at a fastball downstairs, ball 1. A lot of energy for UNG early today. They did not have a ton of that yesterday, as it was the starter Bradley Wilson that shut down the Nighthawks. The 1-0, Ard hard and high in the air beyond second base. Just behind the bag is Gabe Worth, camped under it a few inches onto the outfield grass. He'll make the catch. A pop out for Philip Ard and the first out of the day for Mason Brown and the Bobcats. Brown this season, second best ERA among the 3 starters for Georgia College, a 3.81 in 9 starts. Slider on the front door to the lefty. Stinson in for a strike. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Brown checks the runner once, now lifts the leg and fires another slider, and Stinson was not ready for that. Swings and misses for a strike. Funky looking swing. I think Stinson was waiting for a fastball and was way out in front of the breaking ball. The 0-2. Brown looking for a second out. Another slider. This one backs up on him. Almost hit Stinson, but just misses on the inside part of the plate. Ball 1. Stinson today 7 for 11 in the series. 4 for 5 yesterday. 4 straight singles with 2 outs and a runner on in the game yesterday. He's been the best 2-out hitter all season for North Georgia. Entered the series hitting .368 with 2 outs. He's now hitting .409 this season. And there's 2 outs in the inning. Just 1 right now. The 2-2 bounce back to the mound. High chop for Brown. He'll spin, fire, throw, and get Stinson by a step over at first base. That does move the runner Bowen over to third. And now with 2 outs, Robish has a chance to add the second run of the day for North Georgia early in this one. Kyle's 2 for 10 with 2 runs scored this weekend. 0 for yesterday. 4 appearances, 2 strikeouts. First pitch, Brown, the lefty, a fastball that misses away. Kyle this season, .343 average against left-handed pitchers. Hitting .310 in total entering this weekend on the year. Check swing, went around, says the first base umpire on the pitch on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Arisborough on deck. Nighthawks would love to get him up early in this game with how productive he's been this weekend. The 1-1 center cut fastball, tailing action as it is just banked off of the barrel for Robish. Foul back to the screen. Popped foul out of play on the 1-2. Back to the same spot with that 2-seam fastball. I think we've only seen a 2-seam fastball and a slider so far for Brown. No indication of a changeup or a curveball yet, but likely in the repertoire. The 1-2 again. Inside, hit Robish right on the back. Brown splits the 34. That covers the back of Robish's jersey, and now Arisborough will bat with 2 outs and the corners occupied. Tough result for Mason Brown. Ahead 1-2 in the count, and he concedes 90 feet to Kyle Robish and brings a good hitter to the plate in Arisborough. First pitch misses outside to the righty, Arispero, who's hitting .350 with 2 outs this season. .322 in total on the year. The 1-0 on the ground to third, hard. It's scooped there by Mebin. Throw across the diamond, makes the play, and the hit batter for Brown does not result in more runs for the Nighthawks, but they do get on the board first. Leadoff single up the middle for Opata. Bowen follows with a middling single himself to score Drews from second after he stole the bag. And the Nighthawks are on the board first, 1-0 here from Milledgeville on the final day of the 2025 regular season. We'll be back in a moment here in the Nighthawk Sports Network on the road.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
I need to try it first.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Welcome back to Milledgeville. Nighthawk Sports Network on the road. North Georgia ahead 1-0 early here in the bottom of the first. And Dylan Noche, the righty from Decula, will start things off against Gabe Worth, Ben Hamaker, and Braden Smith for the Bobcats. Noche, I think just the definition of an average start for him the last time against Georgia College back in February. 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Did not concede a walk, and also struck out 3 batters. Low walks and low strikeouts in total on the season for Noche. 13 free passes, 29 Ks to be exact. Righty-lefty matchup in the first one against Gabe Worth, who's had a good series. He's 3 for 8. Noche wind up, step back to first, fires downstairs with a fastball, 0 and in. 1 ball, no strikes to start the day for Dylan. The kick and the pitch. Missed on the other side of the plate this time, 2-0. Worth, one of 4 lefties in the lineup for head coach Nolan Belcher today. Noche will see at least 1 more in this inning in Braden Smith. On the ground to first, scooped there by Ard as he goes down to a knee. Raises the right hand to call off the pitcher Noche as Ard steps on the bag himself for the first out. An unassisted ground out to first. And there's 1 down. Now Ben Hamaker to the plate, a Division I transfer from the College of Charleston who has lit up the Nighthawks this weekend. 5 for 9 with a pair of runs scored and 3 RBIs. The first pitch to the righty skips in about 58 feet on that one from Noche, and it's ball 1. Hamaker, not a power hitter, but has a great eye at the plate and can definitely hit for contact. Started yesterday with a strikeout, then got a base hit in each of his next 4 plate appearances, finished 4 for 5. That fastball away, 2-0 again. Noche yet to throw a called or swinging strike in his first 5 pitches. Kicks and fires the 2-0 from the first base side. Slider backed up, and Hamaker scoots out of the way. It's 3-0. Hit batters have been an issue for both teams this series, particularly for Georgia College more than UNG, but Noche wild Fastball above the head of Hammaker and a 4-pitch walk. In the second at-bat of the day, brings up Braden Smith, a guy you do not want to see at the plate if you're a North Georgia pitcher this weekend. Smith, a 3-run homer yesterday in the 8th inning to really seal the deal. It was 4-1 going into the 7th. Georgia College added a pair of insurance runs to make it 6-1. The game felt out of reach by then, but the door was completely slammed shut when Braden Smith tagged a home run off of freshman Bryce Hubbard 2 pitches after a pitching change to right field to make it 9-1. Our eventual final score. First pitch to Smith is downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Noche still looking for his first strike of the day. Can he find it here on the 1-0? Slider, yes. Center cut. Darting action into the plate late. Smith taking all the way, forcing Noche to throw a strike. Smith has been a really good hitter all year, and particularly this weekend. The 1-1 on the shoelaces with the fastball, and Smith watches it go by again. Georgia College, not much to necessarily play for this weekend after losing the first game of the series to the Nighthawks. The 2-1 fouled back to the screen on the left side from Smith, 2-2. After losing that game, they got rid of any opportunity to perhaps move up to first or second in the league. They needed a sweep of the Nighthawks to have a chance to do that. Now 2-2 on Smith. Slider, backdoor, just misses. Stripling framed it, held it for an extra beat. It'll be a full count. Noche checks the left wrist, takes his time before digging on the rubber throw over to first, keeping Hammaker honest. Noche kind of lulling the base runner to sleep before delivering that pickoff move. Takes his time, stepping onto the rubber once more. 8 on the pitch timer as he comes set with the glove at the belt. Head tilted a little bit as he delivers. Runner goes on the full count, and it's ball 4. We'll see if Tom Cantrell maybe pops out of the dugout here. I think Tom Cantrell might hate walks more than anything in the universe. And it is not atypical to see him come out after a pitcher gives up a few, especially a 4-pitch walk to Hammaker. Noche more competitive against Smith. Walks him on a full count, though. 2 runners on now for the lefty, Evan Cowan. Noche dangles that right arm and twirls the ball, puts it in his glove, and now kicks and fires the first pitch. On the ground to second. Could be a double play. Diving stop by Skipper to second for 1. No chance at first for Bowen to make the out, but Brady Skipper, what a diving stop up the middle to get 1 out and stop a base runner from scoring. That's huge. As Cowan reaches on the fielder's choice, there's now 2 down in the inning. Brings up Matthew Mebin, the third baseman. Right-handed batter. Slider misses inside. The good news for Noche is that Mebin stands pretty far off the plate in the right-handed batter's box. If he was any closer crowding the plate, that likely hits him and loads the bases. But instead, with 2 outs, it's just 1-0. Fastball opposite side away, and that one also misses. Mebin's 2 for 9 this series with a home run in Game 1. He has really struggled this year compared to last year. So much promise as a first-year Bobcat, a junior a season ago. Noche finds the strike zone with a slider. It's 2-1. Mebin, a transfer from South Georgia State last season. All PBC first team, hit .318 with 20 homers. 276 on the year with just 6 bombs coming into today. The production in all areas has decreased, and he swings through strike 2, a fastball. And Noche is one strike away from a scoreless first inning despite a pair of walks. Hammaker at third, Cowan at first after the fielder's choice. 2 down on the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Noche with a little energy and a flex as he steps off the mound. And the Nighthawks with a scoreless first, holding on to their 1-0 lead here in Milledgeville. It's the Nighthawk Sports Network on the road. Stick around, more North Georgia baseball when we come back to Milledgeville.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
Georgia Heart Institute is one of only 2 programs in the state offering robotic heart surgery for faster recovery. We're leading the way because Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
No matter how you connect.
Welcome back to John Kurtz Field in Milledgeville, Georgia, on the campus of Georgia College and State University. North Georgia leads 1-0 in the top of the second as Brady Skipper bats. 1 ball and 1 strike on him here in the second frame for UNG, Dylan Noche. A 4-pitch walk to Ben Hammaker in the second at bat of the game last inning. Then a full count walk to Braden Smith, and he gets out of it with a fielder's choice ground out and a strikeout to keep a 0 on the scoreboard for the Bobcats. Big result early in the first inning for Noche. They're going to need him to be solid today. The 1-2 after a foul ball from Skipper, line on the ground, through to left field. Hammaker stuck the glove out, moving to his right, couldn't get there as Skipper splits the wickets on the left side of the defense for a leadoff single. Second leadoff single already on the day for North Georgia. That brings up Riley Frost.
Batting 8, Riley Frost, number 23.
That's Skipper's 4th hit of the series. Only Nighthawk with more hits than him this weekend is Stinson with his 7, 4 of which came yesterday. First pitch to the righty Frost, inside with the fastball. The crossfire from the left-hander Brown misses for ball 1. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes, well into the left-handed batter's box. Skipper has some speed, an ability to possibly steal second base in this situation. 10 stolen bags on the year. Georgia College, to keep an eye on him. Brown checks the runner once, fires a fastball, clips the outside corner. Strike 1, it's 2-1. Brown comes set. Foot on the third base side of the rubber. Tailing action on that fastball. Upper part of the zone as well. 2-2. Skipper off of first. Moves back to the bag. Frost, high fly ball out into the left. Off the end of the bat, it drops down into the glove of Carson Phillips for a fly out and the first out. So now it'll be Bryson Stripling, the catcher. A quick update from Americus. Everybody scoreboard watching today, especially Lander and UNG keeping an eye on each other. Early 1-0 lead for North Georgia here. An early 2-0 lead for Lander over there in Americus, looking to sweep the Hurricanes with a win today. Lander does not control its own destiny. Only North Georgia does. Well, actually, I take that back. With a win, Lander clinches at least a share no matter what. A win and a North Georgia loss would mean the outright title for Lander, so that's incorrect. Both teams just looking to get a W today. Stripling on the ground to third. No chance to get the runner at second for Matthew Mebane. He just flings it across the diamond for the second out. They'll let Skipper get into scoring position. Honestly, kind of surprised Mebane didn't throw over to second base. Skipper has a lot of speed. They likely don't turn two, but they could have got the lead runner. And now Andrew Zapata, who has seen one pitch and has a single and a run scored today, he now bats with a runner in scoring position because of that decision. First pitch, Zapata looks at a fastball way up and away. Really good to see Drews with a hit already today after the struggle yesterday. Made contact 4 times and hit it to a fielder 4 times. Actually, he did it 5. The only other time he reached in the last at-bat of the day for him was on an error as he grounded the ball to third. It's 2-0 on Opata. Another pitch well into the left-handed batter's box as the catcher, Rand Besterman, had to come out of the crouch. The 2-0 slider darts back into the zone for a strike. Besterman reaches up right for ball 3. It's 3-1 on Opata as Brown struggling to find the zone, trying to stay away with 2 outs from a good hitter in Drews. Going to have to come into the zone here if you don't want to face Bowen. And well outside. That was weird. Looked like Brown was almost indecisive. I thought he was going to move back to second. The way he lifted his leg and looked back the runner. Instead, it's just ball 4. A non-competitive pitch. Walks Andrew Zapata to bring up Bowen. First walk of the day for Mason Brown. So now Bowen bats with 2 on and 2 down. First pitch slider to the lefty. He sees it dart across his body for a strike. Jace the RBI single to score Drews in the first inning. He's a .313 hitter with 2 outs on the season. .362 with runners in scoring position. But he's behind 0-2. Another slider across the front face for a strike. Brown steps onto the rubber. Glove on his right hip. Now brings it set at the belt. Steadies himself, lifts the leg, fires. Bowen knocks one to the left field side. Foul, and it'll get over the fence and bank into the grass hill that precedes the fence down the third base sign here in Milledgeville. Common lawn seat for the fans that come into attendance at the beautiful campus here at GCSU. Brown ready on the 0-2 again. Another slider, swing and a miss. Bowen couldn't find the barrel. And 2 runners on, stranded with 2 outs after the first strikeout of the day from Mason Brown. It's still 1-0 North Georgia when we come back in a moment here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
No matter how you connect, ETC delivers fast, reliable internet and secure, powerful Wi-Fi choices for your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With local experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect to awesome Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or visit etcnow.com to upgrade your internet today.
Welcome back to the Nighthawk Sports Network. North Georgia up 1-0 early on the Bobcats of Georgia College. Dylan Noche out there for his second inning of work. He'll face Carson Phillips, the left fielder, batting in the 6th hole to start the second inning with a slim 1-run lead. North Georgia threatened last inning with 2 runners on with 2 outs before the strikeout to Bowen. Noche, the righty, kicks back, fires, and a first pitch fly ball to left field. Robish in and now back. Really probably netted 0 as he went in and back and in again as he makes the catch. 1 pitch and 1 out. Carson Phillips is down. And Noche off to a good start here in the second. This game is important for Georgia College. This game and Landers game because the results and who wins the Peach Belt tournament and who wins the PBC regular season as Noche fires a fastball that misses 1-0 to Mitch Cowan. The winner will determine where Georgia College goes for the quarterfinals of the PBC tournament. They're locked in to 3rd place in the standings. 19-7 record on the year in conference play for the Bobcats, 28-21 overall. The 2-0 finds the outside corner, 2-1 on the lefty Cowan, the designated hitter today. Both Cowan brothers in the lineup. Evan, the younger one. Mitch, the senior, who was part of the Senior Day festivities today for the Bobcats. And after the 2-1 miss to make it 3-1, that's outside again. And the 3rd walk of the day for Dylan Noche. 3 walks, 1 strikeout, only 7 batters faced. So now it's Hank Noonan, the right fielder. Takes a fastball inside part of the plate, strike 1. Good pitch from Noche. Nothing Noonan can do with that. Runner goes on the 0-1. Line into left field over the glove of Bowen for a base hit. Cowan still didn't have a chance to get to 3rd as he was moving on the pitch, but it was hit so hard into left field for the first base knock of the day for Georgia College. And they've got 2 on and 1 out for Rand Besterman.
Now up, number 39, Rand Besterman.
Rand, the junior from Sewanee. 2 for 4 yesterday in his first appearance of the series. Got the start yesterday and gets it again today behind the dish. First pitch, slider upstairs for a strike. So going back to where Georgia College might go for the PBC tournament, it's obviously either Dahlonega or Greenwood. As the 3 seed, they will go to wherever the 2 seed is. So again, if both UNG and Lander, if either both win or both lose, the standings will remain as they are right now with North Georgia at the top, earning the top seed with the tiebreaker over the Bearcats. Breaking ball for strike 2 as it's 1-2 now on Besterman. The only way Lander usurps the top seed from UNG is if they win and North Georgia loses today. Any form of a North Georgia win gives UNG at least a share and the top seed. Breaking ball away. Noche really wanted that one. Thought it clipped that front right corner of the plate. Instead, it's 2-2. Noche dangles the arm as he comes set, glove at the belt. Head tilted a little bit as he takes a deep breath, kicks and fires a foul ball over the right screen. to keep Besterman alive at 2-2. Noche really needs an outright here. Runners at first and second. It's Cowan at second, Noonan at first, a walk and a single respectively for each of them to get there. Noche ready, so is Besterman. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball right past him on the inside part. Noche with another clutch K. 2 down in the second. Lineup turns over.
Up next, number 2, Gabe Worth.
Worth bounced out unassisted to first base to lead off the game for Georgia College. Righty-lefty matchup, first pitch slider. Didn't have enough bite, missed outside. The 1-0. Inside, Worth. High pop-up to shallow right. Close enough for Skipper. He makes the grab. And Dylan Noche gets out of it again. Another jam with 2 runners stranded. Georgia College, 2 innings, and they've stranded 4 runners on the bases and trail 1-0 as UNG hangs on to its lead as we move into the third here on the Nighthawk Sports.
Nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Back on the campus of Georgia College and State University at John Kurtz Field. North Georgia leads 1-0 over the Bobcats. Glad you could be here with us. Brendan Shabath with you, making the trip down. Very fun to get to visit Milledgeville and follow these Nighthawks on the road and bring you some UNG athletics away from home. Don't get to do this enough, so glad when we do get the opportunity to make the trips. Hoping to do it more next season, maybe a little bit more this season. Postseason play coming up. Now Morgan May, the assistant athletic director for communications and marketing, made the trip down to Columbus today to cover the men's and women's tennis PBC championships. The men with an unbelievable comeback yesterday against Columbus State, an upset win. They trailed 3-1. They ended up winning it 4-3. In 3 of the 4 singles wins that they got, they lost the first set and came back. Unfortunately, the Nighthawks losing 4-1 to Flagler in the championship today. The women's side just got started about half an hour ago from Columbus. UNG, the number 4 team in the country, going against the home host Columbus State Cougars, number 10 in the nation. Phillip Ard leading off the third inning. It's 1-2 on him. The pitch popped up right side. Foul territory for Smith, and it gets over the dugout. Smacks the tin roof on top of the dugout. Wakes up a relief pitcher who's not paying attention. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe, though. A lot of energy for UNG today, though, like we mentioned in that first inning. I'm sure everybody's locked in today. The 1-2, hard on the ground to third, under the glove of Mebane. Ard digs for second, all the way into the corner, into the outfield. Phillip Ard with a leadoff double. His first knock of the series is a big one. Quickly a runner in scoring position for Nick Stinson as UNG threatens to add on. Stinson grounded out back to the pitcher his first time up. Now the lefty against the lefty, Mason Brown. Digs into the left-handed batter's box, off the plate. Upright stance, relaxed, bat on the shoulder, and steps and takes ball one inside part with a fastball. The 1-0, another pitch that misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Left field side, just slicing foul for the first strike against Stinson. Nick trying to move the runner over to third with nobody out in the inning. He's been very good at advancing runners this year, 47% success rate. And that's calculated just as any chance or any time a batter moves a base runner up to at least one base as a result of their plate appearance. Stinson's done that 47% of the time in 114 opportunities this year. And another one here. 3-1 out in the air left field. Playable for Phillips, who charges about 50, makes the grab for the first out. One down for Kyle Robish. Philip Ard still over at second base. No opportunity to move. Weird when Kyle Robish bats and you don't get his walk-up song. One of the best on the team. Fouled back over the screen on the first pitch, a slider. Strike one. One and one on Robish. Two and one as Brown misses outside. Kyle hit by a pitch, his first appearance. That extended the first inning. He was stranded over there at first after a ground out from Maurice Barreau, who stands on deck. Brown checks the runner Ard at second once, twice, kicks, fires up the middle, right there, but it's off the glove of Gabe Worth. He was in position and went into center field. An unbelievable backup job by the shortstop Hammaker to pick it out of the air and prevent a run from scoring. If Hammaker doesn't back that up the middle, it goes into shallow left center, and Ard scores from second base. Instead, it's an error on Worth. Ard over to third, and Robish on base at first. Brings up Maurice Barreau. Big opportunity for Jorge here. First pitch, fastball away. Just mentioned it that he grounded out his first time up in a run scoring chance. Exact same situation. Actually, it was 2 outs, but runners at the corners at least. And that's where we are right now. Ard at third, Robish at first. 1-0. Maurice Barreau dips into the knees, kind of a Juan Soto take for ball 2 on the outside. Knew it was a fastball, knew it was two-seam and tailing back. And Maurice Barreau willed it outside the zone with the bend in the knees. And 3 balls and no strikes now. Brown ready. Glove set at the belt, flutters it once as he looks at Robish. Now fires in. Maurice Barreau taking all the way, and it's a fastball middle for a strike. And ball 4. Missed downstairs and outside, and the bases are loaded for Brady Skipper.
Up next, number 9, Brady Skipper.
Skipper with a single already today. Led off the second inning, putting it through the left side, and now the coaching staff, the head man, Nolan Belcher, out to the mound for Mason Brown. Remember, we talked about Brown and that he struggled against this North Georgia team back on February 23rd, just 2 innings, 7 hits, and 5 runs. He only faced 14 batters and gave up a hit to 50% of them. UNG went on to win that game 8-5. Belcher breaks the huddle. Brown stays in the game, understandably. No surprise, but that might change should North Georgia bring runs across here. And it's a bases-loaded, 1-out opportunity for Brady Skipper, the second baseman. He's had a real good series, 4 for 9. Couple runs scored, an RBI yesterday. Looking to add to that total here. The first pitch. Fastball in for a strike. Rode the bottom rail, did Brown. Some UNG fans in attendance object to that one. Skipper with 20 ribbies on the season. The 0-1 in the air to center field, deep enough. This will score the run. Ard there, just a little bit shy of the warning track by Cowan. The throw goes to third. Robish tags from second anyways. Skipper with a sac fly moves 2 runners, both in scoring position. Robish over to third, and Ard across the plate makes it 2-0 Nighthawks here in the third. That's the second out as Riley Frost now digs in. Arisborough at first, Robish at third. First pitch ball outside. Riley 1 for 7 this weekend. But on a 1-for-1 streak, or 1 for 2 in his last 2 at-bats. Singled in the last at-bat yesterday in the 8th inning. Flew out to left his first time up today in the second. It's a ball and a strike after the fastball finds the zone. Off the end of the bat, chop to third. Mebane fields it on a hop, throw over to first. Got him, that's a nice play. A tough hop for Mebane to field the second bounce as it skipped into the glove, and he threw it over to first on the run for the third out. Brady Skipper's sacrifice fly adds another run for UNG. They're on the board with a 2-0 lead here in the third from Milledgeville.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Welcome back to Georgia College. UNG with a 2-0 lead over the Bobcats thanks to a sacrifice fly from Brady Skipper last inning. Out to deep center field. Scoring Philip Ard. So Dylan Noche back on the mound here in the bottom of the third. He'll face Ben Hamaker, Braden Smith, and Evan Cowan, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Noche's had a little bit of trouble in his first 2 innings, but managed to get out of it. Back-to-back walks in the first. With 1 out, he got out of that with a fielder's choice, ground out, and then a strikeout of Matthew Mebin. Then gave up a walk and a base hit with 1 out in the second, but a strikeout to Besterman and a pop out to Worth ended the inning there. It's 1-1 here on Hamaker. And a good strike from Noche to get ahead, 1-2 now. The 1-2 on the ground up the middle, through for a base hit. Bowen was shaded towards the third base side of the infield. No chance to get there. And a leadoff base hit for Ben Hamaker.
Number 33, Braden Smith.
Now Braden Smith represents the tying run, and we have to say that when he steps up because of the long ball ability. Leads the team with 12 homers on the year. Top 5 mark in the PBC. Second in the league in on-base percentage coming into this weekend. And he's 5 for 9, has a walk today, and a first pitch ball. Inside, off the foot. Drilled. Braden Smith did Dylan Noche. And the first 2 are on in the third. And perhaps something brewing for the Bobcats.
Up next for Bobcats, number 29, Evan Cohen.
Tom Cantrell out of the dugout. The bullpen has begun to warm up. I don't think coach is going to pull Noche yet, but has to go have a talk with him after a leadoff single and a hit batter in the third. Nobody out for Evan Cowan, the center fielder, who is scheduled to bat next. The entire infield joins the as well. Cantrell, his final regular season game of his 26-year career, announced his retirement early this season, or planned retirement at the end of this year. 889 career wins for Coach Cantrell, 528 losses. That's a 627 winning percentage in his outstanding, legendary 26-year career. Would love to get win number 890 and PBC championship number 3. Noche set the first pitch to Cowan, who shows bunt. It's outside as he pulls it back, ball 1. Cowan 1 for 10 on the weekend entering today. 3 RBIs, though. The 1-0, another bunt, dropped down third base side, beautiful. Fielded by Frost, he can only go to first. Pulled Ard off the bag a little bit as it was up the line towards home plate. Skipper, the second baseman, covering the bag. But he reached out, made a nice play to get the runner. But the sac bunt works perfectly for Cowan. It moves both runners into scoring position. 5-4 on the putout. Hamaker over to third, Smith up to second, and Matthew Mebin into the right-handed batter's box. And now Nolan Belcher. I think he thought Cowan was safe over at first base. thought the throw pulled Skipper off the bag, so he's going to have a conversation with the first base umpire who made the call right along the third base foul line. It appears Belcher is getting some explanation. I find it highly unlikely this call gets reversed. I think he just wants to know why. And he has at least gotten the first base umpire to concede a conversation with his colleagues. Usually after this three-man conversation, there's then a determination made about the result of the call. Likely doesn't get changed, and it won't. Sack, bunt, ground out, 5-4 the put out. Matthew Mebane now to the plate. Noche getting a signal from the dugout. Cantrell popped out for a moment. Now he's come set for the first pitch. Mebane swings and lifts it high in the air, right side foul, back over the grandstands. Another two-runner jam for Dylan Noche in his third consecutive inning. Trying to find a way out of it. The tying run in scoring position at second base. The fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. Noche set, kicks, fires. Fastball skips into the left-handed batter's box. Two and one the count. 2 on, 1 out. Slider misses inside, 3-1. They do have a base open. Probably an intentional walk here to a good hitter in Mebane, who has struggled this year like we talked about, but has been good this weekend. A home run, 2 for 9, 2 runs scored. Slider on the ground foul, it'll be full. Surprised to see Mebane swing in that situation, but I guess he liked what he saw. Noche ready. The payoff. Up in the air. Out of play, foul. Three-two again. High in the air, left side, not deep. Bowen back, Robish in, Jason shallow left, makes the catch, and no tag from the runner, Hammaker, over at third. Big out for Dylan Noche, gets a cheer from the Nighthawk faithful. Huge second out to keep the runners where they are. Now Carson Phillips will bat for the second time today. He flew out to left his first time up. Corners in the infield. First pitch popped up, right side. Ard calls everybody off. Noche's done it again. 2 runners stranded for the second straight inning, or third, excuse me. 6 left on base in total for Georgia College. Noche hangs on to the 2-run lead as we're on to the 4th from Milledgeville here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
back in Milledgeville for inning number 4. Bryson Stripling will lead it off for the Nighthawks with a 2-0 lead. Dylan Noche has stranded 6 Bobcat runners in this game. North Georgia has also stranded 6 runners as well. Both teams have ended each of the first 3 innings with 2 runners on base offensively. Brown, the first pitch to Stripling. Fastball outside for a strike. Quick update from Americus. Lander now up 4-1 over Southwestern. High fly ball, shallow center field. Coming in is Cowan. And he'll make the grab.
Up next, number 28, Andrew Zapata.
Opata to bat now. Has reached in both of his plate appearances, a walk and a single. The single came first. It was on the first pitch of the game. He eventually came around to score for the first run for North Georgia. That puts us where we are now, a 2-0 lead for UNG. First pitch fastball up and away, ball 1. And another one misses, 2-0. 12 homers on the year for Drews. Does have one of those in this series. It was a leadoff shot in the first at-bat of the opener on Friday. The 2-1. Back to the screen, foul. Pata had his 19-game hitting streak ended yesterday. He kept alive the 25-game on-base streak. Second on the team behind Robish. There's a hard high fly ball deep out into left field. Long run in foul territory. And Phillips couldn't get there as it hits the warning track. Stays 2-2. Drew's a native of Lawrenceville. PBC preseason all-conference this year. Almost a guaranteed selection to the all-conference first team this season. Got to be on the short list for player of the year candidates as well. The 2-2. Up and away. Three balls, 2 strikes, the payoff. Opata swings through it. Fastball inside. Strikeout number 2 for Mason Brown, and one that he really needed. 2 up and 2 down this inning. He's on the brink of his first 1-2-3 inning of the game with Jace Bowen batting. Bowen takes a ball on the first pitch. 1 for 2 on the day is Jace. That makes him 4 for 11 in the series. 3 RBIs. One and 1 now. Fastball away, misses 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch high into right field, playable for Noonan. He shades towards right center, and there is the first 1-2-3 inning for Mason Brown. Retires Stripling, Opata, and Bowen in order, and now Georgia College will bat in the home half of the 4th after these words on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back on the Nighthawk Sports Network, getting ready for the bottom of the fourth inning. 2-0 lead for UNG. Dylan Oche still on the mound. He'll face Mitch Cowan, Hank Noonan, and Rand Vesterman in the fourth. First pitch out into center field. Opata charges. It's a soft loop base hit for Cowan on one pitch. He's got a walk and a single now today. A leadoff knock for the second straight inning for GCSU. And now Hank will bat. The true Nighthawk Sports Network ball knowers and faithful fans will understand that joke. And Dahlonega had an entire press box of college kids who had never seen Caddyshack. It's 1-0 on Hank Noonan. And the throw over to first from Noche to keep Cowan honest. The 1-0. Good pitch in for a strike. Maybe a changeup there. Something off speed. Didn't have a ton of bite, but still could have been a slider for Dylan. Evens the count 1-1. Ball and a strike. In the air to center. Opata looking into the sun. Coming in. Medium depth into shallow on his gallop as he makes the catch. Miss it, Noonan, says Noche, and he does on the fly out to center.
Up next, number 39, Rand Vesterman.
The catcher, Vesterman, struck out his first time up in the second inning. He steps in. Vesterman, no batting gloves. White tape on both wrists and a Kobe Bryant-like armband, sweatband, just below the left elbow for the catcher. Surprised to see no batting gloves. Don't often see that anymore. He takes strike one. Thought about swinging. Vesterman rolls his eyes at the called strike two. Exasperated as he falls out of the right-handed batter's box in disbelief. Now digs back in, points the bat towards Noche, then waves it around. 2, 3, 4 waggles. As he waits, Noche fires the 0-2 upstairs. Vesterman, a smoke gray bat, black handle. Black ankle pad protecting that front left foot for the righty. Swings at the 1-2, grounded to third. Frost to second for one. Skipper over to first. Double play! The Nighthawks are dialed in on defense. They turn two and put up another scoreless inning, hanging on to the 2-0 lead here in Milledgeville. PBC championship on the line. A win gives it to North Georgia. They'll try to keep it going with the 2-0 lead when we come back on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation. Transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
Georgia Heart Institute is one of only 2 programs in the state offering robotic heart surgery for faster recovery. We're leading the way because Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
Top of the fifth, UNG with a 2-0 lead over GCSU here in the regular season finale. Looking for a PBC championship. A win secures it no matter what. A win and a Lander loss gives UNG the outright title. They haven't won the outright since 2017. They had a share in 2019. That's the last time they were victorious in the PBC regular season.
Up next for UNG, number 4, Philip Ard.
So Ard leads off the fifth. First pitch from Brown, swinging a high left field. Going back is Phillips at the warning track. He has room. Philip Ard gave it a ride. UNG's home run leader comes a few feet shy of a first pitch blast here in the fifth. And it's a long F7. Boy, Phil just missed that one. Now it's Nick Stinson who takes a slider for a strike. Stinney still looking for his first hit of the day. The DH. He's got 7 in this series. Hopefully he hasn't used all that magic up. Well, he won't get a chance here. That soft slider had to be around mid-70s. Hit Stinson on the backside, lower back, and he'll head down to first. Second hit batter of the day for Mason Brown. But a speedy base runner on for Kyle Robish, who was the first hit batter. He got plunked in the first inning, reached in the third on an error. And now another chance here in the fifth. Lander on the exact same pace as us over in Americas. Top of the fifth, 1 out there between the Hurricanes and Bearcats. Robish swings at the first pitch and fouls it high in the air, looping over the right side. Out of play over the first base dugout. UNG looking for its 4th PBC championship in program history. Tom Cantrell has won 5 conference titles. 2 came at the NAIA level pre the D2 era, the first season of which was in 2006. And UNG went 9 years before winning the regular season. They've won the PBC tournament once. That came back in 2008. They're hoping to change that in a few weeks as well. That tournament starts in Dahlonega and Greenwood on May 2nd. Robish to left field. It's down for a base knock. Good swing on the 1-1 from Kyle. And 2 runners on for Jorge Arispero.
Up next, number 1, Jorge Arispero.
Jorge, a ground out and a walk so far today. Brown walked him in the third. 1 of 2 walks he's given up today. That was the last of which. Nice fastball darting. That might have even been a changeup. Hard to tell from this angle. Well above home plate. We don't get to see as much of the vertical drop because we're directly behind home plate and above it. So we can see a lot of the horizontal. The fastball has 2-seam action from Brown. That could have been a changeup floating away arm side. Tom Cantrell has called time to talk to Jorge Arispero after taking the strike 1. A little bit of strategy here. Maybe we see a bunt action. Jorge has not bunted a ton this year. Guy with some power, a good eye, and a good swing. More often than not, they just need him to let it fly. Jorge's blue cleats dig into the middle of the right-handed batter's box, and he bends at the knees and watches strike 2. That's the 2-seam fastball there. Brown ahead 0-2 in a big at-bat here. UNG looking to add some insurance runs. Stinson at second, Robish at first. The 0-2. Swing and a ground foul. Good fight from Arispero just to stay alive. Defensive anywhere close. Got to try to put bat on ball, and he did there. Arisborough will fix his shin pad before digging back in. Waves the bat. Good standard batter stance. Probably just, if you had to think of a prototypical batting stance, it's probably what Jorge Arisborough resembles right now. Not quite open or closed, just maybe half an inch open. Right elbow cocked back 90 degrees. Swings and hits it up in the air right side. Not deep. Noonan is there. Camped under it. We'll see if Stinson tags. He fakes and doesn't. The throw comes in. And so 2 down. That'll bring up Brady Skipper.
Up next, number 9, Brady Skipper.
First pitch to Skip. Swinging a ground ball, third base. Scooped up right there by Mebane. He'll run over to the bag and step on it himself to get the lead runner, Stinson. Another 2 runners stranded for UNG, 4th time today. But that doesn't matter because they got a 2-0 lead right now in the 5th inning, halfway through this game. We've played 4.5. Nighthawks 2, Bobcats 0 here from Milledgeville on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
Dylan Noche on for the bottom of the 5th. 59 pitches for him so far. Only 31 strikes. Lower strike throwing today than the season. First pitch is a fly out from Gabe Worth to right field. Quickly 1 pitch and 1 out. So that ends the leadoff single streak of 2 innings for UNG. So it's Ben Hamaker who takes ball 1. 1-0. Slice to right field. Arisborough, couple steps over to his right, lifts the glove up to the shoulder and makes the catch.
Up next, number 33, Braden Smith.
Noche kicks and fires as Braden Smith takes a ball. Breaking ball inside, right on his shoe tops for the lefty. And it's now 2-0. skips in there. 3 balls, no strikes. Noche not competitive against Smith today. Walked him on 4 pitches. Or sorry, that was a full count walk. The 4-pitch walk was to Hammaker in the first. But walked him in the first, plunked him in the third, and now behind 3 balls and no strikes here. And he does find the zone with a fastball. Smith taking all the way. Quick update from Americas. It's still 4-1 Lander, but bottom 5 and runners on the corners for Georgia Southwestern, so the tying run at the plate for the Hurricanes. And strike 2. It's a full count now. And swing and a miss. Smith runs through it for strike 3. Noche from behind. 3 balls and no strikes to his 3rd K of the day. A 1-2-3 inning in the big spot for Dylan Noche and the Nighthawks. A 2-0 lead, looking to clinch the PBC title here on the Nighthawk.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
I need to try it first.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Back on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning, Riley Frost, Bryson Stripling, and Andrews Opata, the 8-9-1 scheduled batters in this frame. Still Mason Brown on the bump for GCSU. Georgia Southwestern has gotten a run on the board in the bottom of the 5th. They still have the bases loaded with 2 outs, trailing 4-2 against the Bearcats. So many different ways for both Lander and UNG to clinch a share or the outright on this day as the 2 are tied. Line in the first pitch, foul down the third base side for Frost. Got out in front of a fastball and yanked it, but too far. So one thing that we kind of overlooked, a Lander loss in any capacity, just a Lander loss immediately clinches a share at least of the PBC title for UNG. Again, they clinch the outright with a Lander loss and a win. If both teams lose, they both still tie for first and share the title. The 1-1 outside. Frost with a couple good at-bats today. A fly out to left, a ground out to third. Was ahead in both of those counts. He's ahead here 2-1. Best eye on the team for UNG this season. This one's off the end of the bat, up the middle to second. Scooped into the chest by Worth. The throw over to first bounces to Braden Smith, but he snags it for the out. A 4-3 ground out for Frost, his 3rd contact out of the day. Now Bryson Stripling, who also has a pair of contact outs so far.
Up next, number 2, Bryson Stripling.
One 1-0 on Stripling. Swings through a high fastball. 1-1. Quick update from the PBC Women's Tennis Championship. The Nighthawks looking to be the first team in conference history since 2019 to win back-to-back tournament titles. as they won back-to-back regular season titles, sharing it with Flagler and Columbus State each of the last 2 years. Stripling a high fly ball as he got under it along the left field line, no man's land, so Phillips calls off the shortstop Hammaker as he steps on the white chalk in the left field grass and collects the ball for the out. And now Opata will bat again. So UNG and Columbus State vying for the tournament championship today. North Georgia takes the doubles point. Angelina Linikova and Carolina Reich take the number 1 doubles match 7-5, and then Ashley Moidert and Vasilisa Kupianova take doubles number 3 6-3. So now on to singles play, where UNG has, in my opinion, the best singles player in the entire country. She's ranked as number 2. I don't understand it. It's computers, and there's no perspective from humans that make the rankings. Nonetheless, Linikova, number 2 women's singles player in the country, has led the charge all season for North Georgia. She'll get another ranked opponent today in Nicolene Galaxon, who she's already beaten once this year. Angie 20-0 in singles on the season. Hoping to lead North Georgia to another in the NCAA tournament after going to the national semifinals for the first time in program history last year. Opata checks his swing on the 1-1 slider. He went around, so it is 1-2 with 2 outs and nobody on. Back here on the diamond. Kick in the pitch from Brown. Up and away with the riding fastball. Brown, delayed delivery, now fires the 2-2, swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball up and away. Mason Brown has struck out Opata in back-to-back at-bats. Opata responsible for 66% of Brown's strikeouts today, 2 of the 3. We're on to the bottom half of the 6th. After the 1-2-3 top, Georgia College will bat, trailing 2-0. UNG looking to hang on to the lead with Dylan Noche when we return on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
Georgia Heart Institute is one of only 2 programs in the state offering robotic heart surgery for faster recovery. We're leading the way because Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
No matter how you can.
The first pitch to Evan Cowan is grounded to short, where Bowen fields and throws over to first for 1 pitch and 1 out on the 6-3 putout. That's now back-to-back innings. Dylan Noche has started with a 1-pitch out as he holds a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Matthew Mebin batting. First pitch fastball dotted on the outside corner. Still 4-2 in Americas. Georgia Southwestern left the bases loaded to end the top of the 5th inning. Or the bottom of the 5th, I should say. Now top 6, 1 on and 1 out for the Bearcats. The 0-1 misses away. Noche, kick back, fires. Slider, nasty swing. Mebane had no chance. The 1-2. Into center field, line drive, and down for a base hit. Something Matthew Mebane definitely needed. First hit of the day, third in the series. 1 on and 1 out. Georgia College has had a base runner in 5 of 6 innings today with the base hit from Mebane. The only 1-2-3 inning was the last one in the 5th for Noche. So now Carson Phillips, the left fielder, who's 0 for 2 today. Noche from the stretch. Fires a slider for a strike. Good pitch right on the front door of the righty Phillips. Mebane off of first, not quite a base stealing threat. 7 stolen bases in his 2 years at Georgia College, 3 of them this year. Kick in the pitch, slider, opposite side. Front door slider, back door slider. Well, not really a back door on the righty, but away is the slider for strike 2. It's 0-2. Next the watch. Adjusts his shirt, and then time is called. I think Phillips called time as Noche took a little bit longer to get the sign. Licks his fingers, twirls the ball as he dangles the right arm. Comes set with the glove just above the belt. A light blue glove for Noche. Releases, fires a fastball, swing and miss, strike 3. Back pick to first, not in time. Good move by Stripling behind the dish, but strikeout number 4 for Noche and the second out in the 6th. The older of the Cowan brothers, Mitch, batting in the 6th. He's had the better day between the two brothers. Throw down to second as the runner goes. Boy, Brady Skipper, what a play. He didn't make the tag, but the throw was way upstairs. Skipper leapt over the sliding Mebane, made the catch, swipe tag that missed, but still an athletic play from the second baseman. Mebane in scoring position after the stolen base. Pitch was in for a strike to Mitch, and the DH takes ball 1 on the slider. So Evan today reached on a fielder's choice, then had a sac bunt and a ground out to start this inning. Mitch, a walk and a single so far. And the older brother has bragging rights on senior day, his final regular season home game. On the ground to first, back to field it is Ard on a chest-high backhand hop. He collects it and throws to Noche covering. They beat Cowan by a step and keep Georgia College off the board in the 6th. Only 4 hits conceded for Noche today. He's worked out of a couple jams, but still hanging on to the 2-0 lead here in Milledgeville on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
No matter how you connect, ETC delivers fast, reliable internet and secure, powerful Wi-Fi choices for your home. For intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device, all at once. With local experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect to awesome Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or visit etcnow.com to upgrade your internet today.
On campus.
Mason Brown, pitch 101 is a two-seam fastball on the outside for a strike to lead off the 7th inning to Jace Bowen. It's 101 pitches and 60 strikes for Mason Brown. Bullpen is busy for Georgia College. That's off Bowen's bat, right back to the pitcher Brown, who steps off to his left of the mound and underhand flips to first to get Jace for the first out on just 2 pitches. Brings up Philip Ard, who nearly had his first home run of the series. His last at bat, deep fly out to the warning track just shy of the wall in left in the 5th. And he sees a fastball for ball 1 here in the 7th. North Georgia with a 2-0 lead. Can they get to the starter Brown before Nolan Belcher inevitably goes to the bullpen? Hard on the ground at third. That's a fair ball. Mebane deep in the hole. Not in time. It gets away. Ard will not head to second. I think he would have been safe anyways. Very tough play for Mebane. Deep in the corner. The throw skipped past the first baseman, Smith, and backstop. And they went up with an error on the board. Check that. That's a base hit. Like I said, I think Ard would have beat that anyway. So infield single for Phil, his 2nd hit of the day. Now Stinson batting. He's looking for his first. Pitch last time to reach. Curious to see how deep Brown is going to go in this game. We're over the century mark now, obviously, as he throws the first pitch strike to Stinson with a fastball. If he gets a double play here, if he gets out of the 7th quickly, does he come out for the 8th? Does he finish the 7th if Stinson reaches? The questions that Nolan Belcher is likely mulling over in his head right now. I imagine he has an answer, and that's why he's in the dugout and we're up here in the booth. 1-1 on Stinson. Kick, pitch, well outside, gets away. Bounces off the backstop past the catcher Besterman and Philip Ard into scoring position on the wild pitch. That has been a unique sort of issue today for Brown. When he has been wild, which you sort of expect there to be some instance of from a starting pitcher, any starting pitcher. They might get a little wild here and there. But Brown, when he has been wild, it has been way wild. I mean, Besterman has had to leap out of his crouch to the opposite batter's box a number of times in this game. And there it's the other batter's box. He hits Stinson for the 2nd time today. Same exact thing as the first one, which was back in the 5th. A slow looping slider, maybe even a curveball, that just dribbles off the lower back of Stinson, and 2 on, 1 out for Kyle Robish. And here comes Belcher. I imagine he takes the ball from Brown here. Georgia College will go to the bullpen. Mason Brown's day is done. A single and a hit batter in 7th. The culprits, as Georgia College goes to the bullpen. I believe there's a pitcher coming on, but Brown still has the ball. A senior, maybe getting some last words from Belcher in his final home game. Interesting moment here between the infield, the relief pitcher, and Mason Brown. I think he's also got to take off the watch as well. So a pitching change for Georgia College. We'll step aside, bring it to you after these words on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
First pitch from the junior righty Lex Kenny is a strike. Kyle Robish. Kenny out of the bullpen to take over for Mason Brown, who went 7 in the third. But a single and a hit batter remove him from the game here in the top of the 7th. Robish fouls the 0-1 back to the screen. It's no balls and 2 strikes to the reliever Kenny, making his 8th appearance of the season. Only 10 innings in total for Lex. The righty, high leg kick delivers. Fastball, ooh. Close pitch right on the corner, not called for a strike. Outside part of the plate. Could have been strike 3. Now it's 1-2. UNG looking for some key insurance runs here as we're officially into the late innings. The 1-2. Opposite way, right side, slicing foul, long run for Noonan, who was shaded towards the gap in right center. He won't get there. Couple tag fouls for Robo. Has reached in all 3 plate appearances. Hit by a pitch in the first, an error in the third, and a single in the 5th. Kenny checks the runner, lifts the leg, delivers the 1-2. Fastball away. Lex, a 7.20 ERA in his 10 innings this year. 5 walks and 7 strikeouts are good numbers for a reliever in just 10 innings. Inside with the fastball. A lot of velocity from this righty, who stands at 6 foot, 185 pounds, a native of Canton, Georgia. It is a full count on Robish. Arisborough on deck. Robish waves the bat, waggles it a couple times. The runners go on the pitch, and it's ball 4 upstairs. Nighthawks have juiced the bases again. They've been so good this season at attacking bullpen pitchers. And in the first reliever out of the pen, Kyle Robish falls behind 0-2 and battles back to a full count walk to load the bases. Ard at third, Stinson at second, Robish at first. Here's Arisborough, a first pitch strike in there with a breaking ball. Jorge does not have a knock today. He's 3 for 9 with a pair of solo home runs on the series. How about a third one here to break this game open? Fastball away. Georgia College fans don't like the call. It was in the left-handed batter's box against the righty Arisborough. Arisborough looks, waits. The 1-1 popped up, right side foul. Jorge adjusts his black and white batting gloves, white thumb and index finger. The middle 2 fingers are black and blue, the pinky white. Black sliding oven mitt in the right back pocket as he brings the bat up over his shoulder. Swings and misses upstairs for strike 3. Good fastball that got to him. So a walk and a strikeout for Kenny and 2 down in the 7th. 4th strikeout of the day for Georgia College, the first for Kenny, obviously. And now Skip will get a chance. He already has an RBI today. That was a sac fly in the 3rd, also singled in the 2nd. Upstairs, a fastball, ball 1 as Besterman popped out of the kneel. A run in the 1st and a run in the 3rd for North Georgia, the only offense today for both teams. On the ground to 2nd. Scooped up there and a backhand flip by Worth to Hammaker covering the second base bag. And UNG leaves them loaded. 12 runners left on base for the Nighthawks today, but they still hold that 2-0 lead. Stretch time in Milledgeville. We'll use it as you take a break on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back in Milledgeville, bottom 7, Dylan Noche still on the mound, and he's been very efficient today. 4 strikeouts for Dylan, 3 walks. All 3 of them came in the first 2 innings. Looked like he was not having the command today that he's had most of the season. He hasn't been a premium strike thrower. He's been the Sunday guy for a reason for UNG this year. The best contact pitcher on the team far and away. Gets more ground balls than anybody as he throws a first pitch ball to lead off the bottom of the 7th to Hank Noonan. But the swing and miss stuff is not the same as it is for Pierce Williams, Luke Earnhardt, Matthew Hurd, some other guys on the staff. Noonan, hard liner out into center. Opata back on the run, makes the catch in the gap in left. Good swing for Hank Noonan, but the best athlete in the Peach Belt Conference occupies center field in blue and white. It's 1 up and 1 down, and that's the reason Dylan Noche's pitch count in this game is now just 79. So despite 3 walks and only 4 hits through 6 1/3 innings now. First pitch ball to Besterman. Noche has been very efficient. That's what North Georgia has needed today with the PBC championship on the line. Fastball, a strike. Besterman, the catcher, arguing strikes. Like that is firmly in the zone on the inside part of the plate. And he is exasperated, raises his left hand and rolls his eyes. And now he takes ball 2 on a slider away. And it's interesting, too, because you don't usually see catchers, when they're batting, argue the calls too much because they want that same call when they're behind the plate on defense. Besterman has been open with his emotions today. It's now 2-2. Noche kicks back, taps the right foot twice on the rubber, and fires. High fly ball into left, not deep. Charging is Robish in foul territory into the bullpen and did not make the catch. And Robish ran into the wall they're immediately calling for the athletic training staff. And all the coaches and the athletic trainers run out there to attend to Kyle Robish. And this is not good, ladies and gentlemen. Robish did not relent in charging into foul territory through the Georgia College bullpen, trying to make the catch on the foul ball. And I didn't see a crash into the fence, but where he is from our press box up here, you can't see. The fence blocks the view because it's angled. It's a black chain link fence, and we can only assume what might have happened to Robish down there. The mood has drastically changed here at John Kurtz Field, and I think Kyle Robish is probably going to leave this game. Almost every administrator or person of authority in the North Georgia dugout has come out. Kane Keith, Nick Palmer, the assistant coaches, Tom Cantrell, the head coach, Caleb Irwin, the two athletic trainers for UNG, have all left and head towards foul ground in left field. A number of players, Dylan Noche, Brady Skipper, looks like Rand Besterman as well, on a knee, praying for Robish. Georgia College out of the dugout as well, on a knee, watching the situation unfold. They have a gate in left field in foul territory that has now been opened. Not sure if that's in case there's a need to get a vehicle field. I do see what I can only assume are likely Kyle's parents walking down on the outside part of the fence down the third base line. They're crouched down right now trying to find out, see if they can talk to Kyle. It looks like Edwin Bowman is now warming up, the probable substitution in the likely event that Kyle Robish cannot continue in this game. He's been such a good player for UNG this season. And that effort on that last play shows you what type of player Robish is. I mean, he didn't let up for a single second. Full speed into the bullpen trying to make that catch. I think he got a glove on it. He went out of our view at the last moment, and the ball dribbled away, and immediately all the bullpen pitchers, as well as Jace Bowen, the shortstop who was over there trying to make the play, immediately everyone signaled for the training staff and waved them down the line to attend to Robish. And as murmurs are the only sound that can be heard here at John Kurtz Field, we'll step aside while they attend to Kyle Robish. UNG up 2-0 here in the bottom of the 7th on the Nighthawk Sports Network from Milledgeville. We'll be back in a moment.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
We're back on the Nighthawk Sports Network here in Milledgeville at John Kurtz Field on the campus of College and State University. The Nighthawks lead 2-0 right now over Georgia College in the bottom of the 7th inning here in the regular season finale. Just before the break, if you missed it, Kyle Robish, the left fielder for the Nighthawks, charged into foul territory trying to catch a foul fly from Rand Besterman. And as he did that, he went full speed into the bullpen and out of our line of sight along the fence. Robish did not slow down for even a second as he dove and tried to make the catch. He was unsuccessful catching it, and immediately the bullpen pitchers, catchers, outfielders, Jace Bowen, who was over there, all signaled for the training staff and for medical help to come tend to Robish. That's what they're doing right now. Immediately, he received assistance from basically anybody that was available and is trained to do this. And he is still down right now. The gate out in the foul ground in left field, along the left field wall, has been opened. This is a situation Georgia College has been in before already this year. They had to call an ambulance onto the field after a player ran into a post beyond the center field wall trying to make a catch. And the people up here in the press box at Georgia College and State have told me that that's likely what's going to happen here. The hospital here in Milledgeville, just 2 miles down the road. We have no idea what Robish's injuries are or may be, and we certainly don't want to speculate. We're just hoping for the best for him. Tom Cantrell pacing around the situation in foul ground and left field. A number of Nighthawk and Bobcat players are just in fair territory in left field, huddled together, discussing, all with their hats off, helmets off, hands on their hips. Almost the entirety of the UNG dugout is out of the dugout and kneeling or standing just outside the dugout on the first base side. Same for Georgia College as well. They're all down in knees in a huddle. And we just hope that Robish is okay. This is going to be a long delay. And right now, the last thing that matters is the baseball game that we were playing just before. Robish went out there with a valiant effort to try to make that catch. It's been reported to us that over there, which is not visible from the view of the press box, there's a wooden bench, there's the tarp roll-up, there's all the gear for the bullpen pitchers and catchers. There's even a pitcher up here in the press box keeping score on the scoreboard for Georgia College, a member of the team, who said that that's right where Robish dove, is probably near a hard wooden bench that they have. I can see a similar bench down the first base line for the UNG dugout. And just from the looks of it right now, that's not where you would want to dive head first at full speed, blindly, like Robish was forced to do as he tried to make that catch. And again, he could have slowed up, he could have let it go, but he wanted to make the out for his team. And that's the effort that he put forth, and we hope that he is okay and that he'll get the proper medical treatment necessary to come back healthy and better than ever. And we can hear the ambulance sirens right now. So Robish is going to get treatment and likely get delivered to the hospital very soon. We'll step aside for another break during this awful moment. We'll keep you updated on the Nighthawk Sports Network with the situation as it unfolds as best we can. I'm Brendan Shabath here on the Nighthawk Sports Network from Milledgeville. We'll be back in a few moments here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
I need to try it first.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
Georgia Heart Institute is one of only 2 programs in the state offering robotic heart surgery for faster recovery. We're leading the way because Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
No matter how you connect, ETC delivers fast, reliable internet and secure, powerful Wi-Fi choices for your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With local experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect to awesome Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or visit etcnow.com to upgrade your internet today.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back here on the Nighthawk Sports Network in Milledgeville at Georgia College and State University. The injury situation to Kyle Robish has developed a little bit. Again, if you missed it, he ran into foul territory in left field, attempting to catch a foul fly ball, ran full speed into the Georgia College bullpen, and did not make the catch, disappeared from our site up here. I went down to the field and talked to some of the players. They said he went full speed towards the bullpen. There is, in fact, a large, upright, elevated wooden bench over there that the bullpen pitchers sit on that he collided with. He began to slide, they said. He didn't complete his slide, and then he collided with the bench. They believe he hit his hip and his face on the bench. The medical professionals that talked to him, it was reported to me from the players that he was able to spell his name and that he remembered he collided with the bench over there. He did not go unconscious. During the break, the ambulance arrived along with a police escort, and Robish was lifted onto a stretcher and has since been put in the back of the ambulance and is on the way to the hospital here in Milledgeville. The players have begun to take the field again back at their regular positions, and somehow we're all going to try to continue the baseball game that was going on just before, but no matter what happens, Kyle Robish is going to stay in our thoughts and our prayers until we find out more on how he's doing and what his current situation is. We'll step aside for one more break as we get ready to resume play. It appears that Kyle Robish is going to be okay. He's a tough kid. He's a team favorite, a fan favorite, the sophomore left fielder, and we'll get more on him as soon as we possibly can. Nighthawks lead 2-0 right now in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back in a few moments on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
I need to try it first.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation, transformation and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
Georgia Heart Institute is one of only 2 programs in the state offering robotic heart surgery for faster recovery. We're leading the way because Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
No matter how you connect, ETC delivers fast, reliable internet and secure, powerful Wi-Fi choices for your home for intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With local experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect to awesome Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or visit etcnow.com to upgrade your internet today.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Welcome back to the Nighthawk Sports Network. The injury situation to Kyle Robish is still ongoing. Again, to repeat, if you're just joining us, Kyle Robish, sophomore left fielder for North Georgia, here in the bottom of the 2-0 game that UNG leads, ran into foul territory in left field to try to catch a foul fly ball from off the bat of Rand Besterman. Ran full speed into the bullpen area. We believe he tried to slide to make the catch and collided with a large wooden bench that the bullpen pitchers and catchers sit on when out there in the bullpen. The bench, I went down to the field and talked to some of the players, was able to get a better look of the situation and see the bench. The bench is one of those large elevated ones. It's very similar to the dugout bench that you would see where the seats are elevated. You're high up above near the top of the fence when sitting on it, and there's a footrest that's probably just a little 2x4 where players place their feet when sitting on the bench. And so Robish ran towards that. We believe he attempted to make a feet-first sliding catch and didn't quite get into the slide before colliding with the bench. It's been reported that we believe the areas of concern are his hip and his face. He has been loaded onto a stretcher and into the back of the ambulance. That took only about 6 or 7 minutes to get here. We believe that his mom got in the back of the ambulance with him. The assistant athletic trainer, a part of the athletic training staff associated with the baseball program at UNG, is Michael Martin. He was on scene immediately, ran out there along with the entire coaching staff and the Georgia College athletic training staff to attend to Robish as soon as the injury happened. Martin since then has been back and forth between the dugout and the location of the injury as the situation develops. Kyle is going to, from the ambulance, head to Atrium Health Navicent Baldwin Hospital, just 2.5 miles from John Kurtz Field. It's listed as a 6-minute drive from here, so he is going to get the best treatment possible very quickly once the ambulance does depart. They are still attending to the situation over there. Again, he is in the back of the ambulance as we speak. It is believed that his mother got in the back with him as well. He was responsive after the injury. He remembered that it happened and that he collided with the bench. He was able to spell his name. And again, he's in the back of the ambulance right now. Atrium Health Navicent, a part of the Atrium Health system that is located or centered in Macon, I should say. Again, the hospital just 2.5 miles from here, a short 6-minute drive. So when the ambulance does inevitably depart, Kyle will quickly get there and get the treatment that he needs. It looked like we were about ready to resume play momentarily, but since then the UNG players have left the field and gone back to the dugout. Dylan Noche took the mound to throw a few warm-up pitches during the pause of play, but he is no longer out there. There's no one on the field right now. Georgia College was out on their knees saying prayers and watching the situation unfold, as was the North Georgia dugout as soon as it happened. All players are back in their dugout right now. There's a couple bullpen pitchers for each bullpen out near their bullpens in foul territory down the line and right and left field. For context and for those that are familiar with Bob Stein Stadium where UNG plays its home games, it's the exact same bullpen setup. It's deep in foul territory down the first and third base lines. For Georgia College, the difference is the bench where Kyle collided is closer to home plate. I would say it's in between third base and the very end of the left field wall. At UNG, the benches are further deep in the corner. And just an unfortunate situation and location for that bench where Robish went to try to catch that foul fly. Again, he was responsive, was able to spell his name, and we can see now the ambulance has closed its doors and has begun moving. So Kyle is on his way to Atrium Health Navicent Baldwin Hospital here in Milledgeville, and he'll be there in about 6 minutes and will begin getting the treatment that he needs after this very unfortunate injury that he has suffered here. Not sure when we will resume play. North Georgia has taken the field again. You can hear the fans applauding for the work and assistance of the EMS crews that quickly arrived on the scene. We'll step aside one more time before we resume for play. Kyle Robish is on his way to the hospital, and we'll bring you any updates that we can as we get them here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Here in beautiful Dahlonega, your home is more than just a place. It's a place you run to. But every home faces the wear and tear of weather over time. And when it comes to protecting your family, a quality roof is everything. Our team is dedicated to protecting Dahlonaga's families and landmarks alike, with roofs that stand up to Georgia's unpredictable weather and keeps our communities safe and dry. From storm-resistant shingles to energy-efficient options, our roofs are built to last, backed by our product and labor warranties and a commitment to quality that's unmatched. Whether it's a small repair or a complete replacement, we've got you covered, Dahlonega. Call Joshua 19 today for a free consultation. Protect what matters most with a roof you can trust. Joshua 19, proudly roofing Dahlonega, one home at a time.
Welcome back to the Nighthawk Sports Network here in Milledgeville on the road for the regular season finale here in 2025. We're ready to resume play. It's a 2-2 count with one out and nobody on to Rand Besterman. Again, Kyle Robish, an injury before the break, colliding with the bullpen bench out in foul territory in left field, we believe. He's on his way to the hospital. Again, it's Atrium Health Navicent Baldwin, just a 2.5-mile drive here from John Kurtz Field. Ball 3 to Besterman, so it's a full count. Dylan Noche still on the mound. Edwin Bowman has taken the place of Robish. The junior outfielder goes to right field. Arisborough moves to left field. The full count, and that's ball 4 to Besterman. And kind of unbelievable that these players are back out there trying to play another game, and Noche just kind of shakes his head after throwing 2 pitches outside the strike zone, and Tom Cantrell is going to come take him out of the game, and understandably so. Just has to be an unbelievably tough situation for these players to try to go back out there and play in this game after one of their teammates suffered an injury like that. Robish is a favorite among the members on this team and just at North Georgia in the athletic department in general. So it'll be a pitching change for UNG. The Nighthawks lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the 7th, 1 on and 1 out as the top of the order is due up. We'll step aside for the change and come back in a moment here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
NCAA athletes don't just compete, they make history. Representing our nation with pride and excellence, they bring home the hardware. Our college campuses serve as training grounds for the next generation of stars. Catch tomorrow's Olympians and Paralympians on the NCAA Championship stage today.
I need to try it first.
At the heart of America's gold rush stands a beacon of leadership, tradition, and excellence. A university that has always led the way, forging an environment for broad-based academics, world-class athletics, and tomorrow's military leaders. The University of North Georgia. Learning and leadership, passion and preparation. transformation, and tradition. We are the University of North Georgia.
Welcome back to the Nighthawk Sports Network. It's Pierce Williams, the graduate left-handed pitcher, out of the bullpen, essentially to try to win the PBC regular season championship. It appears Lander has won in Americus 8-3 over Georgia Southwestern. So the Bearcats, excuse me, have clinched a share of the PBC championship, and the Nighthawks need to hang on to this win in order to join them atop the PBC standings and finish the year as the top seed going into the PBC tournament. Williams faces the top of the order, and the lefty Gabe Worth and throws a first pitch strike. Besterman over at first base after the walk. Worth is 0 for 3 today. Pierce, last pitched on Tuesday against North Greenville, was spectacular in that outing. 4 innings of scoreless ball, only gave up 1 hit to the Trailblazers, who entered the game leading the nation in hits as a team. Pierce had no walks and 3 strikeouts in that outing, got the win as UNG hung on to beat the number 9 team in the country 4-2 to bring some momentum into the series. It's 1-1 on Worth. The pitch out into center field, well struck. Opata in and now drifting to his side. He makes the catch for out number 2, which will bring up Ben Hammaker, the shortstop. Williams works the third base side of the rubber. The corners of the infield in. Middle at double play depth. The first pitch strike to Hammaker. Besterman, the catcher, off of first. Decent primary lead with 2 outs. Breaking ball catches the outside corner, perfectly painted by Williams, 0-2. Pierce, primarily a starter this season. This is his first relief appearance. 12 starts, a 3.86 ERA. Tremendous numbers. He's been UNG's ace all season. Checks the runner twice, now delivers the 0-2 upstairs with a fastball. 60 2/3 innings for Pierce on the year. 32 walks, 62 strikeouts, second most on the team. Comes set with the glove just above the belt. An upright stance for Pierce. Checks the runner twice. Fires on the leg kick, and a foul out of play on the right side for Hammaker. Hammaker walked in the first, singled in the third, and flew out in the 5th. He's been really good this series. 6 hits in total over these 3 games. 4 of them came yesterday. Williams raises the glove above his head to stretch. Now comes set at the belt. Kicks and fires. Upstairs with the fastball. Good velocity as dust kicks off the glove of Stripling as he makes the catch. It is ball 2 upstairs. One on, 2 out. Williams the 2-2 here in the bottom of the 7th. Swinging a foul. Right back on top of his feet for Hammaker. Came out of his stance on the swing. Falling across home plate for the righty. Williams this season has been really good against right-handed hitters despite being a lefty pitcher. 225 average for righties on this season. The pitch. Ground ball bouncing to short. Bowen charges, throws over to first. Nice play. Ard does the splits to make the catch, and UNG gets out of the inning in the 7th. We'll head to the 8th. North Georgia with a 2-0 lead, hoping to claim the first PBC championship since 2019 when we come back on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through.
Georgia Heart Institute is one of only 2 programs in the state offering robotic heart surgery for faster recovery. We're leading the way because Georgia's hearts are always on our minds.
That old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
Georgia Heart Institute.
No matter how you can.
Welcome back to the Nighthawk Sports Network. Top of the 8th, North Georgia with a 2-0 lead. Trying to come away and win this game for the PBC championship and win it for Kyle Robish. Suffered an injury in the 7th, just last inning. That caused a 40-minute delay as he was attended to. A first pitch strike as Riley Frost swings and misses against Lex Kenny, the reliever for Georgia College. Robish at the hospital right now here in Milledgeville, just 5 minutes away. And UNG looking to win this game for him. And they need it to win the first PBC championship in 6 years. It's 1-1 on Frost. Foul ball right field side, out of play. 1-2. The count on Riley. The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, right center field. That's a long run and a diving catch made by Hank Noonan. Caught it and then sprawled out to the ground for the first out. Impressive play for the right fielder. And that's out number 1. Good swing for Riley, but does not net a base hit. Now Bryson Stripling will step up. And Stripling takes a ball on the first pitch. He's 0 for 3 today. All contact outs. The kick and the pitch, swing and a miss as Stripling swings through a fastball, trying to catch up to it from the reliever Lex Kenny. And strike 2 called. Stripling watches it go by. Another hard fastball from Kenny. Kenny came on in relief of Mason Brown last inning. Brown finished his line 6 1/3, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Kenny from the first base side of the rubber, glove above the belt, slow leg kick, and the fastball misses away. It's been a heavy dose of fastballs for Lex Kenny. And that one misses. 3-2, close on the outside. Full count to Stripling. Top of the order, Opada on deck. Would love to have a base runner for Drews to bat in this clutch situation. 3-2, swing and a miss. Upstairs with the fastball. Strikeout number 2 for Kenny. And the second out in the 8th brings up Drews. 1 for 3 today, a pair of strikeouts, but a walk in the second as well. Started the game as he singled and scored. Bowen brought him in with a single right after that. One of just 2 runs today for North Georgia. Haven't scored since the 3rd inning, but it's been enough due to the pitching performances from Dylan Noche and Pierce Williams for the last 2 outs of the 7th. It's been enough to keep UNG in front. 2-0 on Opada. As Kenny has bounced a pair of fastballs in there, he now comes set. Opada closed stance in the right-handed batter's box. Twitches, but lets it go for a strike. Opada ready. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Count runs even as Kenny's fought back. Bowen would be next. Then Ard if it gets there, but with 2 outs. UNG just looking for base runners, trying to add some insurance runs. The 2-2. Swing and a base hit up the middle for Drews. Right back up the box. Opada does again what he's done so many times this year. Ground ball single through the middle of the defense, and it keeps the inning going here in the 8th. And they've got a dangerous runner on base as well. 32 stolen bases for Opada this year. Has not been caught. And they'll quickly work him back to the bag. Georgia College aware of that fact. Opada leads the Peach Belt in stolen bases. And with postseason play coming up and perhaps regional play for UNG should they get there, Opada's got an eye on the stolen base record for a single season, which has stood since 2006 in UNG baseball history. 44 stolen bases back in that 2006 season for Brian Lauderdale. But he was caught 7 times that year. Opada hasn't been caught yet. The first pitch finally delivered is outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Bowen. Opada off of first, stays. No, he goes on the pitch. Strike, and the throw is way upstairs and away from second base. Pitch in for a strike, so it's 1-1. Opada with another stolen base. That's number 34 this season. 33, excuse me. One and one on Jace. Swings and fouls it down the left field line and out of play. Bowen, the RBI single in the first to score Drews in this exact same situation. Opada singled and a stolen base. That's his only offensive production today. Struck out in the second and a couple of contacts outs in the 4th and 7th innings. Righty on lefty matchup. Jace, the 1-2. Swing, left side, through for a base hit. They're going to send Opada. Short throw for Phillips. The throw to the plate in time, but it gets away. Opada slides in safe. Nighthawks add another run. A huge insurance run here in the 8th inning. Jace Bowen comes through again, a seeing eye single softly on the ground through the left side, and he's got 2 ribbies on the day. That brings up Philip Ard. Can he keep the inning going? North Georgia has been known for putting together 2-out rallies this season. A pitch outside. It doesn't take much for contagious hitting to consume this North Georgia lineup. Back-to-back singles for Opata and Bowen as Ard looks to keep it going, the 1-0. Good pitch right on the outside. I think that was a slider. Kenny nods once, twice, the 1-1. Bowen faked like he was going to go. Same exact pitch for strike 2. Same spot. Precise command for the junior pitcher. One and two, Opata. That bat high above his right shoulder takes ball 2 away. Got an interesting batting stance. Ard gets low in that right-handed batter's box with a crouch at the knees. It's a slightly closed stance, almost dead on though. Waves the bat around 3 times and lifts above his head. High elbow cock with the right elbow. And strike 3 called on the outside. Painted perfectly on the black. 50-50 call. And Ard watches it go by for strike 3. North Georgia adds a run thanks to an RBI single with 2 outs from Jace Bowen. UNG a 3-0 lead, 6 outs away from the 2025 PBC regular season championship right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
No matter how you connect, ETC delivers fast, reliable internet and secure, powerful Wi-Fi choices for your home. For intense gaming, easy sharing, and buffer-free streaming on every device all at once. With local experts ready to help. Connect to faster internet. Connect to awesome Wi-Fi. Connect to now. Call or visit etcnow.com to upgrade your internet today.
Braden Smith leads off the bottom of the 8th inning for Georgia College. Pierce Williams still on the bump. Likely going to try to finish this game and get a save. He does not have a save this year. Obviously his first relief appearance like we talked about, but 2 saves in his career. Last year when he came back from injury late in the year, they started him out of the bullpen, and he made a save. Also has one from his freshman season as well when he made 9 starts, but also 4 relief appearances. It's 1-0 on Smith as the pitch misses inside. Lefty-lefty matchup here. One of the best pitchers and one of the best hitters in the Peach Belt Conference. And that fastball upstairs, 2-0. Smith held in check today. 1 walk, a hit by pitch, and a strikeout. UNG could not say that yesterday. He's got 5 hits in the series, and yesterday Braden Smith went 4 for 5, nearly hit for the cycle, had 2 singles, a double, and a home run. 3 balls and no strikes on the first baseman. Smith taking all the way. Barely even got into a stance there as he takes strike one. Again, Lander sweeps Georgia Southwestern. So UNG needs a win here. A loss means Lander gets the outright PBC championship, despite North Georgia taking 2 of 3 from the Bearcats back in late March. At this exact moment, they trail the Bearcats by half a game. Smith thought it was ball 4, but got rung back into the batter's box on strike 2, so it's a full count. Williams open stance before he comes set from the full windup. Delivers. Outside, not close. Ball 4. That's the 5th walk that Georgia College has worked in this game. The first for Pierce. And the center fielder, Evan, to bat. The Bobcats need one more base runner to bring the tying run into position. Right now it's on deck. Williams, first pitch. Fastball strike. Cowan still looking for a hit today. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first, had a sac bunt in the third, and grounded out to short in the 6th. That one misses downstairs, 1-1. We mentioned the Cowan brothers. Evan, the younger between himself and Mitch. The junior is Evan. Mitch, the senior, celebrating senior day today. Has been hit by a pitch 19 times this year. Second most in the Peach Belt Conference. Crowds that plate from the left-handed batter's box, but not obsessively or overly as he takes strike 2. There is more room in the box if he wanted to get closer. Also has the fewest strikeouts of any qualified Georgia College hitter this year. 3rd toughest player in the PBC to strike out. The 1-2, Williams tries to do it there. Just misses outside, 2-2. Cowan strikes out once every 14 at-bats this season. He was not playing well when Georgia College came to Dahlonega back in February. 255, low numbers for him comparatively to his first 2 years. He's hit 374 since. Obviously, it's a long time, but 40 of 107 before this weekend. On the ground to third, Frost fields it, throw to second for 1, relay to first. No, Skipper hangs on to it. They do get the lead runner, though, for the first out. And that's a nice play by Frost. Hard ground ball. He had to smother it first and then make the play to get Smith over at second base, so 1 down. Now Matthew Mebane. First pitch to Mebane. Up the middle, could be 2. Skipper there, steps on the bag for 1, throw to first! Another double play! UNG is 3 outs away from the title, but they're going to try to add to that in the top of the 9th. Back in a moment on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
On campuses nationwide, the NCAA is making transformative changes for student athletes. While they pursue their biggest dreams, we're launching new initiatives to help them. Life-changing education opportunities are just the start. The NCAA is providing enhanced mental health services. We're guaranteeing scholarships and tuition and expanding access to healthcare. Visit ncaa.org/change to learn more.
Back on the Nighthawk Sports Network, Brennan Shabath with you here from Milledgeville. And John Kurtz Field here at Georgia College and State University. Nighthawks up 3-0, top of the ninth, needing a win to claim the 4th PBC championship in program history. The PBC tournament will start May 2nd. That's next Friday. Just 6 days from now. 5 if you already count today. We're already almost done here on this fine Sunday afternoon. So the quarterfinals for the PBC tournament this upcoming weekend, May 2nd to May 4th, and then the final weekend right after that, May 9th through 11th. They will take place in both Greenwood, South Carolina, and Dahlonega. And this is Nick Stinson leading off the ninth as he takes the first pitch strike. Still against Lex Kenny. Righty-lefty Stinson hard on the ground and a foul ball over to the first base side. So now 0-2. North Georgia will host the PBC tournament, but will they host it as the top seed and a co-champion, or just as second place in the league? The 0-2. Stinson up the middle, through to center. Leadoff knock for Nick Stinson. He just keeps hitting the baseball. Eight hits in this 3-game series for Nick Stinson. Was 0 for 2 with a pair of hit by pitches today, but now he's got a leadoff single. Now Edwin Bowman batting in the place of Kyle Robish. Showing bunt here in the ninth. Pulls it back, ball 1. Bowman had a pinch hit home run in game 1 of this series. Pinch hit in a blowout. Fouled the ball off his foot, had to take a little bit of time to recover. And then the next pitch, a homer, a 2-run shot, also in the 9th inning in that game. He takes a strike there as he shows bunt again. So Bowman, the defensive substitute for the injured Kyle Robish. Again, if you missed it, Robish had to depart this game, head to the hospital with an injury as he collided with the bullpen bench out in left field foul territory. Bowman lays down a nice bunt. The throw to first from Mebane is successful, but so is Bowman's bunt, moving the runner into scoring position. 5-3 the putout on the sacrifice. But Stinson over into scoring position for Jorge Arisboro, who has been so clutch this year. Jorge looking for his first hit today. He takes ball 1. A walk, a strikeout. 2 contact outs otherwise for Arisboro. Swing and a pop-up. Foul. Is there room for Smith towards the dugout? He says, I got it. And it just gets over the other side of the screen. Just about 3 feet away from Braden Smith. But the issue was there was a barricade in between. So it's just strike 1. Arisboro ready on the 1-1. Kenny delivers upstairs. A mitt-popping fastball, but ball 2. North Georgia won its first PBC championship in 2008. That was a tournament title. 41-21 were the Nighthawks that year. 16-11 in conference play as they made their first ever appearance in the NCAA Southeast Regional in what is widely regarded across the country as the toughest region in Division II baseball. I believe as it stands right now, 6 teams in the Southeast ranked in the top 25, North Georgia being one of them, obviously. 2-2 as Arisboro swings through strike 2. Now Lex Kenny ready to deliver, checks the runner twice, now fires, and downstairs it'll be a full count. So the first title came in 2008. Then they had the first regular season championship in 2015. That was an outright title at 38-17 and 22-8 in conference up in the Southeast region that year with the Nighthawks. Kenny, the payoff with one on and one out. Swing and a miss. Arisborough couldn't catch up to the high fastball, and Lex Kenny has 4 strikeouts. In just 2 1/3 innings so far. And that's out number 2. Now Brady Skipper to bat. First pitch, Skip swings and fouls it back as that right foot drops back, trying to get some power behind the swing. I think he was out in front of a breaking ball as well. It's been a lot of fastballs from Kenny in this outing. Very heavy dose of the hard stuff. It's a good fastball, so understandably so. Kenny comes set with the glove at the belt, lifts the leg, a low kick, and Skipper another foul ball to the right side. UNG as a university to win 2 PBC championships today. They had a chance for 3, both men's and women's tennis competing in the championship of the PBC tournament. The men lost 4-1 to Flagler. The women tied 2-2 right now with Columbus State over there in Columbus at the John C. Walden Tennis Center. UNG won the doubles. Columbus State had singles wins in number 4 and number 5. And Emily Bush went 6-0, 6-0 in number 6 singles as the 1, 2, and 3 singles match is still underway to decide the PBC champion in the tournament this year. Skipper, another foul ball on the 1-2. A long at bat. We've seen this a lot from Brady Skipper this year. Leads the team in average number of pitches seen per plate appearance, 4.2 before this weekend. That's a high number. Swinging a high pop-up left side just beyond the shortstop Hammaker. He gets called off by the left fielder Phillips, charging and losing his hat as Phillips makes the catch for out number 3. North Georgia is 3 outs away from a share of the PBC regular season championship. We'll see if they can get it when we come back with a 3-0 lead on the other side of the break on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
That's a timeout on betting. It completely changed the game, and you didn't even notice. Let me break it down for you. Betting ads are applying full court pressure and getting you to play the game. Many of you are falling for it and losing big money. Addiction is happening in some more than others. Now players are getting harassed by bettors. And we all know that's not how the game is won. So it's on us to be good teammates and draw the line to stay ahead of betting consequences.
Bottom of the 9th. 3-0 lead for North Georgia. A win gives them the 4th PBC regular season championship in program history. A loss and UNG finishes 2nd in the league behind Lander. The first pitch from Williams to Carson Phillips, the left fielder, in for a strike. The 2008 tournament title, the 2015 regular season championship, the last outright title in 2017 when UNG had its best season in program history. On the ground to short. Bowen is there. Throw to first. One down. In that 2016 season, UNG went 46-12 with a 19-5 mark in the Peach Belt Conference. They won the NCAA Southeast Regional to advance to the College World Series for the first and only time in program history. Mitch Cowan, the DH, swings through strike one, a fastball upstairs. Georgia College needs 2 base runners here in the 9th. Cowan's reached twice today, a single and a walk. He's 1 for 2. The 0-1, Williams. Outside edge, painted beautifully with the hard stuff. 0-2. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Cowan deep in the left-handed batter's box, open stance. Williams, 0-2, check swing, did not go. Beautiful slider that looked like it might have caught some of the plate anyways, but the appeal on the check swing means ball 1. The 1-2. Upstairs, Cowan works it back even. Williams looking for the save. What would be his 3rd of his career and perhaps the biggest. Strike 3 called on the outside edge. Fastball dotted. Nighthawks are an out away. It's the first strikeout for Pierce of this outing. He came on in the 7th in relief of Dylan Noche, the starter. Got the final 2 outs of the inning. Faced the minimum in the 8th with an inning-ending double play. And now Hank Noonan, the last hope for Georgia College. First pitch is spiked for ball 1. In the final regular season game of Tom Cantrell's career, his players looking to make him and themselves champions once again. The 1-0. Tailing action on that fastball, just misses inside. Williams falls behind to Noonan, the right fielder, who's 1 for 3 today. Noonan did not play in game 1 of the series, went 2 for 4 with a pair of runs scored yesterday in the 9-1 win for Georgia College. The 2-0. Another one that misses. And Williams struggling to find the strike zone with Georgia College down to its last out. Three balls, no strikes. Noonan likely taking all the way. And he does for a strike. Williams from the third base side of the rubber. Kicks and fires the 3-1. Also in for a strike. Fastball, same spot. A little bit shaded to the inside part of the plate. I don't think Noonan liked the call, but that is firmly in there for a strike. Here comes the crowd. The 3-2. Swing and a miss. Fouled. Noonan just caught a piece. Fouled it off his foot, dropped the bat, and limps around as he tries to ease off that pain. That was a hard foul ball. A good emergency hack just to catch a piece. Noonan's going to need a little bit longer delay to get back in the batter's box. That one hurt. Noonan now ready as he digs in with an open stance. Off the plate in the right-handed batter's box. It's 3-2 with 2 down. Williams fires. Up the middle. Caught. No! Over the glove of Skipper into center field. Brady made a diving catch. Made a diving attempt. Thought surely it was going to go into his glove. But just over his outreached hand. And a 2-out single keeps Georgia College alive for another at-bat. Now Besterman steps to the plate. So it'll actually be a pinch hitter for Rand Besterman. J.D. Coleman will bat instead. Coleman also a catcher. Switch hitter from Clio, Georgia. Listed as a freshman. .293 average in 82 at-bats this year for J.D. He bats from the right side against the lefty Williams. As we mentioned earlier, Pierce has actually been better against right-handed hitters this year, at least average-wise. Noonan off of first, the first pitch downstairs, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Swing out into right field, charging Bowman. He will not get there. And Georgia College has the tying run to the plate in the top of the order in Gabe Worth. Tom Cantrell out of the dugout. To Zach Green in the bullpen. He's got the lineup card in his hand. And he's not going to go to the bullpen just yet. A conversation with the infield, along with Williams and the catcher Stripling. Pierce did a fantastic job getting the first 2 outs. Got Phillips to ground out on 2 pitches. Struck out Cowan in a 2-2 count. But then Noonan had a real nice at-bat. A 3-2 single after 7 pitches. And Besterman on 2 pitches, singles to right. Gabe Worth at the plate. 1 home run on the year for Worth. 4 in his career for the junior from Woodstock. All-conference first-team selection last year. He's the tying run. First pitch. Ball outside. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Worth is hitless today, 0 for 4. Swing and out into right field. Bowman charges, makes the grab! Bowman's got it, in the Nighthawks are champions of the Peach Belt once again. They mob Pierce Williams behind the mound. High fives and hugs around right at second base. Water bottles thrown as North Georgia celebrates the 4th PBC regular season title in program history. Tom Cantrell, in his final season at the helm of North Georgia, is a champion once again. The Nighthawks end a 6-year drought and win their first PBC championship since 2019. And as they share it with Lander, they own the tiebreaker and will be the top seed in this weekend's upcoming PBC tournament. Cantrell raises both fists in the air as he goes to embrace the entire UNG roster. Hugs, daps, and congratulations for the coaching staff and the players exchanged right now outside the North Georgia dugout. UNG wins this one with a shutout performance of Georgia College. Williams gets the save. Noche gets the win, and UNG gets the crown. North Georgia, a 3-0 victory here from Milledgeville in the final game of the regular season. A must-win for the hopes of a PBC title, and they do just that. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Nighthawk Sports Network on the road from Milledgeville. So much fun to follow the team down here and get to cover them and talk to them and make this trip. We appreciate you at home for watching and tuning in along with us this entire weekend. For everybody at the Nighthawk Sports Network, I am Brendan Shabath. A special thank you to Michael McEachern, the Sports Information Director here at Georgia College, and everybody else here at GCSU for their special hospitality. North Georgia wins it 3-0 over the Bobcats. They are your 2025 PBC champions of the regular season.